Hi everyone, it's Kev's Magpies YouTube channel. Welcome back to another video on my channel. In today's video, I'll be previewing our round 1 clash against the Sydney Swans. Now, if you are returning Kev's Magpies, welcome, like, comment, share. If you're new to the channel, watch this for the first time, like, comment, share, and subscribe. Now, considering that the way that we are playing the Swans round 1. Now, we've got probably a better midfield than they do. Tom McCartan will probably try and intercept everything that comes out. Or you do have a key defender at 194 centimetres in Lewis Melican and probably a few others as well. Rampy's such a good player for them as well across their backline. But this week I'm confident, and there's a reason why we are favourites. We are hurling our flag, which is such a good effort from us. So the way that I look at it is pretty simple. Like, we have to beat the Swans on the inside and on the outside. Yes, they beat Melbourne at the SCG, but let's be honest, it's at home for them. It's going to be harder to beat them at home. When they're away, bigger ground, like the MCG, it is going to be tough. People will say, what the hell I'm talking about, Collingwood lost, but the facts are, sometimes it's good to get a loss like this, it really is, because you know exactly where you can improve. And because we did play on Saturday night against the Giants, we generally travel really well. And we are a team to beat. We are the reigning premiers because, this is what we do. And I'm confident that we'll get back our pressure and get back the way that we are talking about this game. And by the looks of it, I think Sydney are a respectable team. I didn't have them anywhere near probably top 8. To be fair, I thought would have taken time, just because of the one game, and but you pick Sydney to beat Melbourne. It's because it's at the SCG, and it is a tough contested game, and it definitely be close. But you give Sydney a chance to use the speed. They're not that quick like a Collingwood are. They're definitely not that quick. Now, by the looks of it, they can play fast footy as well, but they are generally a slow ball movement team. So they are genuinely we have to attack, and we're just gonna have to perform at a best when we can just really get the job done in all aspects of the game. Now, what are the concerns for me? Now, the concerns are, I think, going into this game is how we respond. And I think this is probably the reason why we do this, is because we know what we're going to get as we don't expect a tough team. We don't expect the way that they wanted to play. And I do think that with the players that are coming back, and it should be interesting, then you just never know what's going to happen. So when I look at it, concerns were defensively, how often that Giants players got free, which is something that we're going to have to work on. So for me, that is a concern. How often do we want to work hard is what I'm going to try and do. So I do think that we will play our brand of football, and I do think that we will do everything that we can to really perform and step up to that. But now it's just all a matter of what we need to do as well. And if we can continue on playing our brand of football, I can't see why not. Another concern is selection. Now, selection of the team, we know how he's fit, ready to go. He'll come in. Billy Frampton trained up forward, I believe. And I don't know what we're going to expect if we are going to drop AJ or not. I think we should just drop AJ, bring in Frampton. How does he come in for Dean? Or do we leave him? Or do we take him off for another player? Maybe Mitchell comes out and then Howe comes in. And then... Or do we leave out Mason Cox? And we put Howe in defence and we just have Cameron and Frampton as our first and second ruck, which could happen as well. So, again, selection is probably the reason why. Finn McRae, does he get a game? Does he come in for Mitchell? Who knows? So there are ways that we're going to have to deal with this, but I'm pretty confident that we'll get the job done and really start to play our brand of football as well. So that's probably the reason why that we're just about, on the right path as well. Now, last time we met was round 8, 2023. And we won by 29 points. So that was a good sign for us. But the difference were, in the end, our last quarter absolutely killed the Swans. And really got us into gear. 5 goals to 2 in the last quarter. And pretty much kicking a career high of 5 goals. So that's something that we've been doing really well with that. We don't want to have too much inaccuracy, but I think knowing that where we're at as a team, I'm pretty confident going in that it will be a good result. So yeah, I'm pretty confident where we're at as a team because we know where we can bounce back and respond. Now, my top 5 for this week, it is pretty not bad, but the first one is ball movement. Now, to me, we got to play a faster ball movement. It's all about taking, quick plays, slow when we need to go slow, but fast when we need to go fast. And that's going to be the way that we go about it. The one thing that probably annoys me the most is sometimes we can be a bit too slow, like long down the line. And the way that we do play is that's going to be a consistent thing on going fast and just realising on what we can do. Second one is game plan and tactics. Now, the tactics would be is to pretty much stop Sydney's ball movement. We know Isaac Heaney will play probably midfield or forward, but we do know for a fact that he's so dangerous. So we're going to have to stop him. We're going to have to stop Tom McCartan from taking instant marks. Rampy, I have a player that you can be flexible around, that can jump on heads, can lead in front, knowing that Rampy won't be able to get there and take marks as well. But having said that as well, our game plan has to be to play fast ball movement and stop the Swans and just let them go slow, long down the line, get instant mark after instant mark. And for us not to bomb away, that is the clear obvious signs for me. Now, number 3 is our forward line. Now, our forward line need to really get on our bikes and really, if we're not going to mark it, bring the ball to ground. And what we're going to do in that aspect is to play that way. Once we play that way, it's definitely going to give us an opportunity as well. So we're just going to have to really be smarter with that, but knowing that we are a good team as well. Number 4 is, for me, is our goal kicking. Now, our goal kicking has to be spot on. We can't afford to be 1 goal 5, 6 goals 11 in a way. What I want from us is to be accurate. Kick your opportunities when you need to. Lower your eyes when you go forward and get a better shot at goal. But also to know that You got 30 seconds, take your 30 seconds, go back and kick the goal. Don't worry about anything else. Make sure that you kick the set shots when you're meant to, and that's going to be the way that you go about it. Number 5, I think this is pretty simple for me, is the midfield. It will be a battle of the midfield. I'm confident that we'll get the midfield going our way. But having said that too, this is a great opportunity for us to really launch our attack as well, and really start to play our brand of football as well. Now, stopping Brodie Grundy. How do we stop Brodie Grundy? Now, people might be asking me, why do you need to stop Brodie Grundy? Okay, so what Brodie Grundy did at Collingwood is what he did against Melbourne, and this is just one game, is that he will try and get the hit outs. Now, he likes to be a follow-up, like a second midfielder, right? And that, at times, a little bit, it did work, but most of the times, it went straight to the opposition. And when you look at that prelim final in 2019, was that 73 hit-outs, none to a Collingwood player. It went straight to John Clay. He gets pushed under the ball far too easily. He gets bashed up as well a little bit. What I would do if I were Collingwood is I would target Brodie Grundy. I would go in there, bash him up around, before the contest, and really make a dog of a day for him that he can't physically compete. What I would do is get a knee up onto him, get him in the ribs. You're allowed to do it legally, and just tap the ball towards your teammates. And one thing I would do is push Brodie Grundy out the way and take it out of the ruck and kick forward as well. Because Grundy can push players to grab the ball out of the ruck and kick it forward as well. And that's what he likes to do. So what I would do in that situation is that I would hold my ground. I would stand by him on the side and just do a little bit of a push and shove, hold him out and use your strength to get him out of the ruck kick outs. And that way you can start to work on getting the clearances towards guys like Mitchell if he plays, or Jordan De Goey as well, because this is the big game for Jordan De Goey. This is the big game for Jack Reese. This is the big game for Nick Dacos as well. So again, I'm looking forward to a cracking game, but we'll see. Another thing as well, how do we manage Nick Dacos getting tagged? Now, people will say, surely he'll get tagged. One thing that we need to do with Nick Dacos is we need to look after him, right? If he gets tagged, Jordan De Goey has to step up. Pendlebury has to step up. Nick Dacos is going to have 25 disposals, but if you look at this, Pendlebury had 31, Quainer had 22, Adams had 22 as well, Noble had 21, Crisp had 20, 21 to Dacos, 21 to Sidebottom, I should say, 23 to Josh Dacos, Mitchell had 22, Darcy had 20, Mason Cox only had 7, but Jordan De Goey had 17 disposals. So what we do need out of the guys is that we need to step up. We need to look after Nick Dacos, but we need Jack Crisp to get his 20-25 disposals. We need Pendlebury to get into the game. We need Quainer to get into the game. We need Nick Dacos, a consistent player for us as well, and get into the game as well. We need Josh Dacos to stand up and lift as well. So that's going to be the difference for us. Markov is going to has to have his 10-15 disposals per game as well. So that's one way of really, looking at that and knowing the fact is that, hey, this is a huge game for us. This is suddenly huge. Match selections. Alright, here's what I would do. Right. Now, out of the opening round teams, I would make, 2 or 3 changes. So, hear me out for for a minute. I would have Ash Johnson out for Billy Frampton. Alright. I also would say if Jeremy Howe comes back in, I think that you're gonna you have to keep Noble, but you could also either have McCreary out for Howe, or you could have Tom Mitchell out for Howe. Then what you could do is if Finn does play, then you can give guys like Patrick Lipinski a rest, or wherever it comes down to, or even the sidebar maybe. So that's probably the reason what I would do, or maybe Markov. Markov comes out for Howe or something. At least that way you're matching it up, and you know you're going for the like option. So that's probably the reason why you think that we'll get the job done as well. Am I more concerned a little bit? Look, I don't think I am, but I do think that we'll get the job done. My tips and predictions: Collingwood to win by 23 points. Jordan De Goey will have 25 disposals. I think he'll be at his best. I think 6 marks and 2 goals. Billy Frampton, I'm thinking 8 to 10 disposals. 6 to 8 hit-outs. And probably a goal or 2. I'm also thinking that Lockie Schultz will have 15 disposals, 6 marks, 2 tackles, and 2 goals. And I think Bob McCreary will have 6 tackles plus 8 disposals and 2 goals as well. And my check, I reckon he'll kick 3 this week. I think he'll bounce back really well and really want to step up and perform as well. Let me know what you guys think in the comments below. Like, comment, share, and subscribe. Until next time, bye for now.